Good morning, everybody. I think we are up. So let me just check here. I think we have a chat. If anybody could give me a thumbs up just to let me know that you're there, that'd be great. But anyway, those who don't know me, my name is JD Swanson. I'm the author of Karate Science. I'm an ISKF instructor. So it's awesome to be here. It's awesome. Thank you to Martin Sensei for inviting me. And I'm really looking forward to training with everybody today. So, without further ado, welcome to lovely Rhode Island in the United States of America, and let's get training. Hey, us. Good, so from here, just relaxing forward, just arms forward. Backwards. Out and in. Good, out and back. Brilliant, there are people there. This makes me warm and happy. Thank you. Good, from here just making Zenkutsudachi, just relaxing down. Good, from here just put your foot flat, put your other hand down, move a toe and a heel out and rotate round, looking up to the sky. Really relaxing through this front hip. Excellent, switching over, heel. Again, you can be flat of the foot, that's fine, or the ball, it doesn't really matter. The point is you're after this part in here. Good, Zenkutsudachi the other side. Good, again, dropping your hand down, put your instep down, toe heel out, hand flat, relaxing up. Good. Switching it over, heel. Good, excellent. Coming on up. From here, feet shoulder width and a half, feet point them out like a duck, and just sitting down, just relax. Good, hands flat, straighten up. Good, rolling up, hips. Nice big circles. Other way. Good, from here, grab hold of your instep. Good, push your knee in close to your body, push your hip forward, relax out. Excellent. Good, switch, other side. Again, this ain't it. Keep it in nice and tight. Very good. From here, I have this handy dandy pole. Okay, so all I want you to do is just push against the wall, relax, pushing down through your ankle, drop your hip underneath you, just sink in. Just stretch out your calf. Now from here, release the hip, bend your knee. That feeling. It just drops the stretch a little bit lower into the ankle, helps stretch out the Achilles tendon. Brilliant, other side. Straight leg, push your hip under. Good, bend the knee, let the hip drop a little. Very good. Excellent. So what I want to do today is we've got about an hour, okay, which is not a very long time in JD land, but I want to focus on the idea of shifting body weight. Okay, so the idea of shifting your weight around in multiple different ways. And we've got a simple 10-step drill that we're going to do, which will help us work on that. And then what I'll do at the end is I'll drop in an idea or a concept that allows you to think about how you can create these kinds of drills to replicate kata. My object for today is to really get you to think about not necessarily the physical outward appearance of your karate, but what it should feel like, right? How you should actually move and how that flavor of karate and that shape and that thing should feel through your bones, through your soul. For example, when I do empi, it isn't just a series of movements. It's a smell, it's a taste, it's a feeling. When I do jion, it's a taste, it's a feeling, it's that sort of idea. And so what we're going to do is we're going to work on a very base one. I'll let you know which kata we're working on at the end with the way that I'm having you learn. So when we go through our drill, this is not something where it's important to understand the movements, but rather think about how the movements work. Before we do that, we'll do a little bit of warming up. My video's a little bit disconcerting because of course it's flipped. So we'll do our best. So from here, just nice and relaxed, making your oi. Step forward, hidari, left leg, zenkutsudachi, gerambarai. Hey, kamai. Good. Now from here, just rotating the hip. Allow hip, hand, body, Kazuki. Ich. Good. Now from here, rotating the hip, Kazamazuki. Knee. Good. Ready? Ich. Knee. Ich. Knee. Ich. Knee. Good. Now some things I want you to think about. Don't just go, oh my goodness, Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. What I want you to think about is each time, push, push, push. Use this. Don't just turn your hip, rather squeeze, squeeze and contract, pushing off that rear leg each time. So here, rotate, push, in. Now when you make the rotation up, don't just turn your hip, feel the rear hip, push, push, feel this back leg, make that drive forward. So each time your body center shifts a little bit forward, a little bit in. That's the feeling that you want. So from here, we're going to push off the back. Don't lean here. This is leaving this to go away in the wrong direction. Keep here, in and under you. Ready? So from here, Gyakuzuki. Ich. Now the other way. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Hok. Chich. Hach. Kyu. Two. Good. Other side. Your turn. So from here, gerambarai, making Gyakuzuki. Ich. Really think about this drive of the hip. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Hok. Chich. Hach. Kyu. Two. Good. One more time. We're going to start from the other side. This time, what I want you to think about is be aware of where your rotation is coming from. A lot of people rotate straight through the center, right? It's like I'm here, this kind of feeling. What I want you to do for this is I want you to rotate like you're slamming a door closed. So this hip here remains the axis. So if I grab this pole, it's here. This is what I'm rotating around, is this axis, right down through this hip. Not where it's coming backwards. It stays in place and I slam shut. When I make the Kazamazuki, I want you to rotate around this hip this way. So the pole stays, it's not shifting backwards, it's shifting and staying where it is. So the center of my body is almost continually moving forward. Okay, I want that feeling from you. So, one more time. Here, slam the door shut. Ich! Now from here, open the door. Ni! Slam the door shut. San! Open the door. Shi! Slam the door shut. Go! Open the door. Rok! Shich! Hach! Kyu! Two! Other side, same. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good, and relax. So it's this micro adjustment of motion of your body center moving is what you want to pay attention to. If I use my handy dandy, where is my center moving marker, my white belt, I can feel when I'm over here, if this is right over my center, my body is going forward from that. If I'm here and I'm now making my Kazuki and it's right over my center moves forward. It doesn't need to move forward very far, but it needs to go with you. The reason is that when I hit somebody, I don't want to hit them just with my arms. I'm about 6 foot tall. I weigh around about 195 pounds. I want to hit them with that whole 195 pounds. So as you make that hit, feel together. Feel this rotation in. Second thing I want you to pay attention to, and this is the last one for the set, I want you to pay attention that your hands and your body move together. Don't 1, 2. Don't 1, 2. Together, together, together. So what you want to do is karate is defined, or speed in karate is not defined by the speed of your hands. It's defined by the speed of your hips. So make sure that as you rotate, throw your hips, drive off the leg as fast and as hard as you can, and make your hands catch up. So I'm here, I push, 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 push out. So this and this happen together, not this, and not this certainly. Together. Then from here, same, not this, together. That feeling. Let's try 10 more either side, and then we'll move on. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switch. Other side. So again, the feeling, if I take really feel like each punch is expanded, and I let it go. Click, bang. I'm here. Click, bang. Each time. And it's my whole body that hits. Last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good, and relax. So it's really important that you pay attention to these really simple points. This is what I would call boring karate, but they're so incredibly deep and so incredibly important. Okay, so something very simple, but keep that in mind, yeah? Ready to move on? Excellent. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a 10-step drill. What I'm going to do is I'm going to face this way initially so you can follow me. I can't see you, so I'm kind of making sure that you're sort of keeping up. If you can't, that's okay. We'll go through it a number of times. So actually, I'll do it first of all facing you. So from here, making kamae, doesn't matter which side. I'm going to try and make it left-right independent just because of the camera flip. From here, just straight chukazuki, straight punch. So thinking here, drive off this leg, and of course, squeeze through the opposite butt. When I do this, I think very, very carefully about not pushing and then pulling my hip back. That makes no sense. If I want to hit stubby over here, I don't want to go Rah! And then pull my hip back and have my body center moving away from my target. I want it to go in to my target every single time. So pay attention to your hips and make sure that as they go, my hip moves forward, and then right at the point of impact, as I'm going to hit, rotate and push, squeeze this butt, push off this leg to slam the door shut as you hit. Feel that push. The alternative way you can do it if you want And again, the angles that I'm talking about here are only about an inch either way. You can also simply just push, simply push, or push slam. So from the front, push, push, push. If I'm stringing techniques together, this simple with the hip kind of movement, again, I'm not this kind of garbage, simply here, pushed. I'm maybe at an angle of maybe about 10 degrees. But if I'm pushing here, this is almost Kazami feel. Still Oizuki, I'm still driving off this back leg. But feel here, feel here. So when I'm doing multiple techniques, I can breathe, I can push, push. If I'm doing single and I'm thinking about it in an Oizuki sense, I can simply push just as I'm about to hit squeeze and slam the door shut, using my driving leg to make that impact. Here, this, here, push, slam the door shut. Push, slam the door shut. This is hip vibration, a series of micro rotations coupled with that compression through the torso, through the front, down, which tightens everything up. So from here, first movement, just Chokazuki, straight punch. Ready? Itch, leave. Very good. Now the arm that's out, all I want you to do is you're going to drop down, follow the arm that's out, making gerambarai. So it's going to be here, simply switch and drop, down. So here, make sure that you're not cheating. Look, man, no hands. Not this. Feel this hand pull and help set the hip up. So as you go, feel a pull and down. From here, rotate the hip, make Gyakuzuki. Itch! Very good. Now you're in Zenkutsudachi. From here now, loading, making Manjuke Kokutsudachi. So feel it, nice connect. Boom, here. Then from here, depending on where you're at and what you normally do, think either pull to compress and shift across, Kibadachi, or simply drop the hammer. We'll talk about both in a little while, yeah? From here, load, pull back, Kokutsudachi, right? So you're pulling back into Kokutsudachi, then driving off this front hand, make Gyakuzuki into Zenkutsu. Sam! Then from here, follow this hand, you're going to rotate, Agyuke, punch. Then the last movement, this hand comes back, you're going to pull back into Haizoko, drop, Maigiri, punch. Then you come up, right hand is out. Too easy, right? Yeah? That's okay. Let's do it again. So we're on the right hand side now. You're on the opposite side. So if you started with your left before, you are now on your right or vice versa. So from here, left hand, Chokazuki, 2 punches. 1, 2. From here, right hand's going to drop down into Zenkutsudachi. Feel the push of this arm. Itch! Gyakuzuki, knee. Good. From here, loading, Manjuke. Sam! Rotate from here, drop into Kibadachi, Kagezuki. Shi! Good. Now from here, rotating, Kokutsu. Up! Then from here, drive, Gyakuzuki into Zenkutsu. Shish! Good. From here, driving round, making Agyuke. Hach! Then from here, Gyakuzuki. Up! Then from here, pull back, drop, 1, Maigiri, punch, and up. You now have the other hand out. Easy? Hopefully, right? Let's try that again. Left hand out, or whichever hand out. Punch, 1, 2, rotate down, gerambarai, 3, Gyakuzuki, 4, Manjuke Kokutsudachi, 5, down, Kagezuki Kibadachi, Shich. From here, rotating around, Kokutsu, Hach. From here, drive through, straight punch, Q. From here, rotating around, Aguke, go. Punch, hook. Good. From here, shift back, blocking, panning to the side, Maegiri Gyakuzuki. 1, 2, 3. Very good. And then up. Let's try again. Opposite hands out. 1, 2, drop down. 3, 4. From here, Manjuke. 5. Dropping down Kazuki. 6. Rotating around Shituke. 7. Gyakuzuki. 8. Rotating around, get Aguke. 9. 10. Then drop, pull, kick. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Easy? Let's do it again. This time I'll give you my best side. Let's try from here. Just slow, relax, get the movement. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back and break down each piece. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. And up. Right hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good. And up. Everyone getting there? If you are, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down or a funny face or something else. Right? Other than that, let's keep moving. Try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, sorry, Aguke. 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Right hand out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good. And up. Are you ready to start pulling it apart? Ready to have a think about it now? Yeah? Okay. So what I tend to do is once you've got the pattern, the idea of it, it's all very well to sort of step through the techniques, yeah? What becomes really important is understanding the whys and how the feeling of the technique takes place. One of the things that always struck me, training with Yaguchi sensei, is he always commented with kata. Kata is not about the application of the technique in a way. He always commented that the object of kata is to teach your body how to move. And that's really stuck with me. Every single bit of karate that you do should be about how to move. And so that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about each piece of this and how the movement shifts from one to the other. And if you remember rightly, our theme for today is body shifting, shifting your body weight. And we're doing it in various ways from various stances using this set of drills. Right, so let's start out with just the straight chokuzukis. So from here, what I want you to be really cognizant of, really think about, is how your hips move. When I'm here, I'm not just passively standing here. I'm rather here and I feel a pull, I feel a push, and I feel my center. So through my core, I feel like I'm wringing out a towel. Right? You want that feeling, that kind of flavor into your technique. So when I'm here, feel that. So all I need to do now is simply relax my body, let my hip go in the direction. I've got the spring, pull. I let go that spring, And simply, my body moves naturally. My body will naturally click into the next movement. So pay attention to that as it goes. Also, pay attention to what your body center is doing. As it moves, it shouldn't be rotating about the same axis, or even worse, my hips moving backwards like I just demonstrated. They should rather come forward and slam forward. Notice how my body center did not at any point through the punch pull backwards like that. It rather pushes forward. And so that allows you to then have touch, push, not this sort of feeling. You want your mass, you want to use your mass and the timing of your hip together. So when you make this drive, pay attention. If you're just doing the one hip drive move method, just pushing forward, you have this much time to get this hand from here to here. Ready? Let's try. Okay, so from here, ich push up, ni, san push up, shi, go, go, chich, hatch. So make sure it's hip driven. Push off the leg. Push, 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 push. Right? And make sure it's timed, not click, bang. Otherwise, same as this. Together. I want to hit somebody with my massive 200 pounds. If I weigh 110 wet, I want to hit them with every pound that I've got. Try again. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, og, chich, hach, two. Very good, and relax. So this is something, again, within this, what my hope is that you'll take this drill away and practice it in your own times, and allow your karate to get better, allow it to develop. Now from here, so there's a lot of information that I'm throwing at you. From here, the next step is making that step down. There's a lot of different ways to do this, and in my mind, none of them are wrong. What I'm doing today is I'm giving you the feeling that I want. And what I want is I want a sack of potatoes. If I have a sack of potatoes and I drop it, it just drops on the floor. You want that feeling. So when we're here, we've just done our second punch. I want you to push under, and I want you to imagine there's a rubber band between this hip and this elbow. So as it moves, I stretch that rubber band. Fortunately, I have a rubber band right here. What I do is I stretch that rubber band along here. See how it's stretched? Now my hip goes, my elbow's going to follow, and it goes down together. They both move together. It's not one and the other, it's together in this particular case. Later on in your training, depending on what level you are, there are times to disconnect those. But for now, for today's training, I want it to be the same time. So from here, really think, we're going to do this a couple of times this side, a couple of times that side. I want you to really think about this elbow and hip dropping down together. Ready? H. Ready? Ni. One more. San. Again. Shi. Good. Feel the rubber band stretch. Feel the hip. Feel that move together. Other side. Putting your right hand out this time. Ich. Back. Ni. Push back. San. Back. Chi. Back. Go. Very good. Now this time, while you've been concentrating on this arm and this hip, while you've been thinking about those, now what I want you to think about is this elbow, this other hand. So as you move, what I want you to push this straight off into your target. In reality, what's probably happening here, this is covering the Gashuke type action, but it's really a passive. Think of it as just a passive action, right? It's going to move naturally to here. If you concentrate on this hand going out and using that as your key block for the opponent coming in, imagine here, this push, imagine that helping set your hips up for the drive and the technique that you want. So you're using this draw hand here, and then simply with your feet, all you need to do with that is simply have a little bit of outward pressure on your feet. Don't stand here sort of passively. Put a little bit of active pressure on the outsides of your feet. So literally, I'm sitting here, and if you watch my obi, as I push outwards with my feet, see my obi lifts? Just slightly, just very subtly. And so what that means is when I let go this leg, I'll fall. I'll immediately go. I've created a little touch of outside tension that now allows me, when I lift this leg up, I'm in stance. It happens for me. I try to be the laziest karateka on the planet. So think that little bit of outward pressure as I turn, then let it go with this hip, creates the motion that I want, right? So think about those. Little bit of outward pressure, fire this punch or block or whatever application it is, and then think about the elastic between here and here dropping down. Make it as simple as possible. No shifting back with your body weight. Simply push and push it all into your target, right? It's about shifting body weight towards where you want it to go, not back, then forward. Ready? Hey, itch. Good, again. Think, boom, straight in. Me. Good, again. Sun. Again. She. Again. Go. Good, again. Roll. Again. Cheese. Again. Hard. Again. Q. Again. Chew. Very good. Other side. Right hands out. Have that little bit of a push. Feel the elastic band. Use this hand to help set this. Keep it relaxed and passive. It will do its job. Ready? Push. 8. Me. Good. No need to pull and wind. Because of the action of my hips and the action of my body, by this firing underneath, it automatically goes to where I want it to go. It automatically moves. I don't have to do anything. I don't need to go this kind of action. It's already there. You see what I mean? Make your karate easy for yourself. So from here, shish, and up, hutch, and up, two, and up, two, up, a few more, itch, and up, knee, and up, sun, and up, chi, and up, go. Good, and relax. Easy? Good. So again, it's about that feeling. It's about that squeeze and that pressure and that compress down. The next piece is our punch. So one of the things that amazed me about Okazaki Sensei Senior, the one that just passed away a little while ago, he was incredible at the first movement of Heian Shodan. He would simply be standing here like this, lift his leg up, his fist would go out and he would drop, and his arms would just go. There was no excess movement. And that particular movement always stuck in my head. You want that feeling, that flavor, that taste, that shape. So from here, the question though, is to make sure that you're not all stretched out at the end. So it'd be very easy to drop down, make that block, and be here and not be able to do anything else because I have no room left in my hip. Make sure that you stand to the correct distance outwards that you need, right? You're standing in hami, half face. Double check that as you drop, here. Now I've got the room in the hip that I need to slam the door shut like we did at the beginning of class. So we're going to do it as two movements, one then two. Ready? Punches out. Itch, knee. Very good. So feel here, in. Slam the door, move your body weight in. Again, Ich, ni. Try again. San, shi. Again. Go, rok. Very good. Now the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to pretend as if you're falling downstairs or you trip. You know how sometimes you walk along, right? And you're walking and you're cruising and then you hit some uneven concrete. You don't just go and stop and keep walking. If you're anything like me, you hit it like this and then you regain your steps. I want you to have that feeling as you go down, as you make that drop. Don't just boom, boom. Be a little bit out of balance. Use this as a way, as a training aid to get that little bit out of balance. So what I want you to do is feel like you're tripping down steps or that you're hitting each trip, boom, boom, boom. Thus still, each one is boom, boom, boom. That feeling, flow the techniques together. So each one is full and complete, but flows into the next. So if we're here, feel this idea of 1, 2. Right? I'm tripping down the stairs. If I do it in a sort of exuberant fashion, think here, whoa, oh, that was lucky, my goodness. Have that feeling as you do this technique. So ready? From here, ich, forward, forward. Try again. Ni, forward, forward. Again, san, forward, forward. So each movement continues as an action of the hip. Down, down. Compress, compress. Compress, compress as it moves. Try a few more. Like, she, go, oh. One more. Cheech. Good. Now, before we go to the other side, make sure you're not cheating. Don't forsake the block. Full and complete, full and complete. Not this kind of junk, yeah? Complete the technique, complete drop. Each time, pay attention to that, yeah? Other side. Ish. Good. Feel your feet on the floor. Understand where they're going. Knee. Feel it, forward, forward. San. Again. Chi. Go. One more. Oh. Very good. From here, take a quick breather. 1 minute break. If there are any questions, type them up and then we'll continue on. So grab a quick drink, just in the minute that we have. Very good. Okay, let's continue. So from here, let's get back to where we are. 1, 2. Pay attention to those small details. Those small details freaking matter in karate, right? And part of it, the most basic way we can learn our karate is through the aesthetics, through the shape. The next part is through the course of motion and timing. Allow those things to happen, right? Allow that to taser and feed together. So pay attention. Don't just rep stuff out. Correct. Kanazawa Sensei, only perfect practice makes you perfect. You must constantly criticize and pick on your karate as you go. And that's the only way that you get better and better and better. Right, from here, let's try. My left hand is out, whatever hand's out, doesn't matter. We do both sides anyway. So from here, let's move on. We're here, 1, 2. Now from here, dropping down, elbow, body, push, drop, itch, then push. Good. Now from here, loading, dropping. There's multiple ways. I know there's multiple organizations probably here. Kanazawa Sensei, fist closed. The uchuke hand to manjuke was always on the inside. He was always very specific about that. Okazaki Sensei was always very specific about hands open through the block, and the uchuke hand, the one coming up here, was all about going on the outside. I don't care what you're doing. What I do care about is this. I want this hip, this knee, and this elbow to be connected together. So as you make this load the technique first, open your hands for us, and then what I want you to do is I want you to feel this whole thing shift back. And I don't want you to expand it open this way. Rather push the elbow straight towards you. So it's not doing this action, not this wide sort of loopy action, but rather tight to the body. The elbow just comes and stops dead because it runs out of humerus space. Okay, that's the flavor that I want you to do. So allow from here, allow this load and feel here, 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 all together as you drop back. Allow here, 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 load to drop back. So what I want you to do initially is I want you to not worry about the Garambarai arm, but worry about the one making the Manjuke. Right? So keep this hand. You're going to load with it, but I don't want you to use it. All I want you to feel is this coming back together at the same time. This, and the shift and the translation of weight back. I want that feeling, okay? Let's try. So from here, ready? Load it. Just put this arm up here because you're used to it. It's good practice. Itch. Good. Now it's important that as you move, if I use my handy dandy center body shower, center of my body's over here, over this, from here, as I shift, my weight is not staying in place, right? I am shifting my weight back. It's moving actively from here to here. That's the point. That's why we switch from stance to stance. So allow that to happen. Don't be afraid of moving. So here, 1, 2. Just think about this rear hand. If you find you're tearing out your rotator cuff, what you're probably doing is expanding too far this way. Make it straight back so that you're equally balanced on the front of the shoulder and the rear of the shoulder. Too far back, this is stretched out, you're going to cause damage. Here, you're just being lazy. It's here. Just full expansion. Ready? Load up. Hey, knee. Just feel that rear leg. Don't worry about the front part. Sun. Again. Chi. Again. Go. Good. Let's do the other side. From here, just thinking about your left arm. Load. Itch. Back. Load. Knee. Good. Load. Sun. Good. Load. Chi. Good. Load. Go. Very good. So that nice sort of awesome kind of whoom feeling of hitting a brick wall using this back foot. And again, my back foot is shifting depending on your purpose of movement. It can shift on the ball of the foot or the heel. For me, I shift on it depends really. If I want to shift and I'm thinking about pulling somebody using it as a throwing application, I shift on the ball of my foot because I'm more thinking like hand goran. I'm more stable. But if I'm looking to use this as a punch behind me or a strike behind me, I then shift on the heel of my foot to get me a little bit more stretched out and a little bit of my body's mass to move in the direction I want to hit. Your karate, when you're older, when you're a black belt, it should be purposeful. Those little changes alter the way that you interact with your opponent. By me shifting on the ball of my foot and my back leg, it leaves my center of mass is still moving back, but it doesn't go back as far. But the trade-off is my stance becomes more stable. And again, I'm not the world's most flexible person. As I rotate, if I rotate on my heel, that lengthens my stance a little bit more. Makes me a little bit less stable, but it gives me more drive backwards. It depends on your purpose, and neither is right. Okay? It depends on your purpose. Steve Ubel would often say, it depends. So, Now from here, 1, 2. Now make pressure with this front hand. Use that to balance the technique out. Pull through both elbows. This elbow and this elbow stretched. Whoom, whoom. This feeling, not this. This. Ready? So it's here. Itch, knee. Very good. Again. Load, knee. Load, sun. One more. She. One more. Go. Switch, other side. Load, itch. Again. Knee. Again. Sun. Again. Sheep. Again. Go. Good. Now the last comment that I want to make. The feeling you want to feel with this is that pa at the end. That pa at the end. That stick of this leg, this hip, this elbow. That's what you want to feel. That's key. If you ever start to lose that, your karate is out of timing. So the easiest way, if you're learning to understand that feeling, is break the movement down. This is what we're doing. We're here. 1, I load, and then I'm thinking this assist to stick. Boom. Those of you who are more advanced, combine the load with the drop back, with the push, and allow it all to happen together. Does that make sense? So depending on your level, you can push. You can make the whole motion together. But don't be afraid if you don't understand the feeling to allow 1, 2. You see this in Heian Yondan, yeah? You've just done the 2 punches. You make the load. A lot of people be here, boom, 2. Wrong. Timing is off. Feel here when I teach my green belts, 1, 2. When you're older, I still do this as fast as I can, but I simply combine my motion. And so what happens is that I get that pop at the end. That's what I'm after. Remember, karate is defined by your hip speed, right? It's your hips and that center timing. You never want to hit a target without your center body hitting it, right? That's really important. I want to hit somebody with my freaking 200 pounds, not with the 10, right? Because I have little skinny arms. I want to hit them with my body. And Nishiyama Sensei used to call this body power, right? All of the great karate instructors. So when you watch people on YouTube, look at their body timing. Should be together or even early. That's a whole nother lesson for another day. So we're here, make manjike. Hitcha! Very good. Now the drop, the same idea. What I'm going to be doing is I shift, and I shift on the ball of my foot to the kibadachi. Depending on how you shape your kibadachi, your rear foot may shift, it may not. It depends on you, okay? Your karate is your karate. So allow this front heel, this front ball, to simply shift and make your stance. What matters? Your feet shift as a consequence of your body center moving. Don't make the shape and then accommodate the body center. The body center matters. That's the only thing. And then you're all experienced enough to be able to make stance. And I just land. So as I go from here, from kokutsudachi, I make my shift, and simply I make kibadachi. I just let, because this is an outside tension stance, I let it go. Huh, look at that. Magic. Right? Allow the magic to happen. Now what you must do is you must time it with your body shift with the technique. So again, we're going to break it down initially. We're here, manjike, itch, load. Now from here, feel that nice connection of kage and then turn, but combine it with the lifting of the foot and the transition to kibadachi. So here, 1, now feel, then 2, 1. Right, manjike, 1, load correctly, now 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. This feeling, so you end up with that grab of the stance, this coupled with the movement of the technique. Kazuki, a couple little things. If I make straight chokuzuki out, I grab my elbow and bend. That's Kazuki, right? It's got distance between my body and me. It's not in close, it's not scrunched up in the shoulder. Shoulder's not over here, that's Garambarai, right? It's here. This is a tsuki, right? A thrusting technique. So allow it to be so. As far as my elbow is concerned, it doesn't care whether I'm doing oizuki or kagezuki. Either's fine. Yeah? So when I'm here, feel that connection, push, rotate. Boom, everything grabs. The last thing I want you to do is if you do this, I want you to feel your body twist like a towel. Like I'm standing here and I'm wrapping my hips one way and my shoulders the other way and I feel this squeeze, this tightening. Allow that to happen here. Don't just make this passive. Feel, so what I can feel here is this is still pushing this way, but this is twisting. Now when I let it go, click, I have power. I have the action of my muscles and my sinews in my body aiding my technique in the way that I hit. Right? This is allowed. So think, let's try, ready? So it's going to be itch, wind, let it go. Then from here, manjuke, itch, wind, let it go. Really overemphasize that wind. Again, if I'm practicing this for a test or at a tournament, I wouldn't necessarily do it that way, but this is your training time. This is the time to overemphasize some of those movements for your body to understand the feeling. So ready? Itch, wind, go. Feel one, pull. Knee up. Itch, wind, go. Wind, go. Wind, go. Wind, go. The worst thing you could do is this, and you see this time and time again. Someone's here, they start going, I've already missed the boat, right? Their timing's off for the punch. The power of this technique is not in this, it's in this. This is just speed. This is the fatness. P, momentum, mass times velocity. The mass multiplies. The velocity comes from here. Allow that to take place. Don't disconnect your mass from your velocity. Does that make sense? Allow it to happen together. And that's been a theme of every single technique that we've done. So find here, wind, go. Switch, wind, go. That feeling. Let's do maybe 5 more, 6 more. I'll just readjust my clock and then we'll move on. So think here, 1, reload, 2, reload, 3, reload, 4, reload, 5, reload, 6, reload, 7. Good, and for me, when I'm doing it that way, I use this is my trigger. This wind, oh, there, boom, now I know I can release my legs. The other way you can do this is just drop the frickin' hammer. So if I'm here, think elbow and just drop down. Same, right, as a hook, right? That's okay to actually happen here. So allow that feeling to actually come in. So we're here, simply drop the hammer. You can only do that if you understand this feeling. So let's try a couple of just dropping the hammer. Feel, whoa, straight down. Itch, reload, me, reload, sun, reload, she, reload, go, reload, chich, reload. And all of these are ways to practice the same technique, but advancing up. Techniques in karate are really deep. They're not just about learning it at a surface level. You're constantly evolving and figuring out which way's stronger for your body. Okay, so we've just done the manjuke. We've just done the punch. Now from here, feel this nice rotation of the hip. Load right? Load, feel this as I load, I can feel that same hip action. And then as it goes, feel it, as I feel that pressure, let this leg go, rotate on the ball of the foot and push your body weight back to make the kokuts. So from here, feel and feel that snap. Again, this, all together. All together. If I expanded it, and if I want to make this about inside and outside tension, I could from here go all the way to Nikwashi Dutch. For today, just kokuts. Load, and in. Load, and in. Load, and in. As your body is understanding the feeling, make the load first. Feel that twisting of the body. Then, once that's at maximum, let it go. Again, rubber band. Here, down. Don't make tate shito. Different technique. Across. Yuguchi sensei says it's like cutting your throat. Ah, that feeling. Round your body. Let's try a few. This is fairly easy because it's very similar to movements out of kankudai and so forth. Ready? Itch, load, push. Good. Other hand. Load, push. Other hand. Load, push. Other hand. Load, push. And again, this is passive. Allow it to do its job. Once you're better, you have this much time to do the whole action. Your hands must move very quickly. Again, the speed of the hip governs the hand speed. Our next move is from here. All it is, and this is one we've been doing since the beginning of time, yeah? Simply driving forward. Don't place them hit. All I want you to imagine, the only thing that matters, is from this foot, this knee, this hip, this elbow, it's like I'm going along my wall friend here. Everything is here, and it points straight towards you, and in. This, straight in. What will happen is quite often when people move the foot across, they're here, they punch, and you can see my body center shifted in this direction. Keep your body center forward, this hip, this arm, straight line, into your target. Be aware of that. Don't move this foot forward. Let the foot move as a consequence of your body weight shifting. Right? Let this foot shift as a consequence of your body weight shifting. Does that make sense? Don't make it then shift into it. Simply just go all out. Go scary. Here comes my target. Boom, hit them out. There, that feeling. You've all done it in tournament. Here, the same. That's what this practice is. You're compressed in the stance. Let it go. So from kokuts, 1, knee push up, load, knee push up, san, push, just this leg, just push it, san, and if you notice, my body center shifts into my target. A few more, G, a few more, go, excellent, other side, ready, itch, push, knee push, san push, compress, feel that pressure. Chi! One more. Go! Very good. Excellent. So it's about being aware of where your body center is moving. If I have a ball, I'm thinking about what I'm drawing on the floor. Right? First 2 punches. Boom, boom. I want it to go forward, forward. When I drop down, I want it to simply go down. When I make the punch, I punch. When I go into the manjuke, boom, it moves further. Then it drifts back into the kibarachi. Be aware of where your center is moving as we transition through these stances. From here, we're in Kazuki. From here now, make the shift. 1 aguke. So from here, itch. Good, up. Now from here, Kazuki, knee. Very good. So from here, what I want you to feel initially is feel this twist. Keep your stance here and make that same ringing feel here. Twist, allow it to move. And what you'll feel is that you'll feel a tug on this knee. You shouldn't be, as I do the rotation, it shouldn't be this. Yeah? It should be here. And I feel a pull in my groin. Become at one with that feel of the pull in your groin. From here, feel open. Then as soon as you feel that pull, drive this leg in to make the block. Let's try again. You must completely load. It's sharp. Good. Again, depending on where you're at in terms of your training, it might be 1, then feel 2, right? 1, 2. As you're more advanced, smooth it out. Push. Smooth it out. To push. Does that make sense? So allow that piece to happen. Let's try a few either side. Hey. Itch. Good. Knee. One more. Sun. Good. Other side. Hey. Itch. Knee. Sun. Very good. And then, of course, we've got the same feeling of 1, then 2. Load, compress. The same as what we were doing at the beginning. That trip. Right? So we're here. We make our load. 1, 2, and then punch. 1, 2, 3. Let's try a few. 1, 2. Good. Make sure that you don't cut anything short. 3. Make sure each one compress. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Don't shortchange anything. 4. One more. 5. Other side. Itch. Knee. Sun. Chi. One more. Go. Very good. Our last 3 movements. A little bit simpler. Feel here. As you transition your weight back, don't leave. Bring everything back with you. Then kick, punch. Also, when you make that punch, don't this. Must hand and foot, bang, same time, or even earlier. So think here, that feeling. So let's try a few. Ring Kazuki. Itch. Again, or we can just start from here. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. One more. Dog. Very good. So that's the entire thing broken down. Let's now go through the entire drill twice, and then what I'll do is I'll round it up. So as you can see, for something very simple, there's a lot of depth. Think about each time the way your body center is shifting relative to the floor. Is it moving forward? Is it moving back? Is it moving in? Is it moving out? Is it happening by translating your weight? Is it happening by rotation? All of these things. And most importantly, is your body center, the engine, the power. Is it driven by what you're doing with your arms? Okay, they must be timed together. Later on, as you get better, you can disconnect those. But for now, for today, I want them timed together. So let's go through the entire drill. We're going to do left side, right side, and then once more, left side, right side, and I'll leave you with some parting thoughts. So from here, left side out, right hand in. Making straight punch. Slow this time. Think about the points every single step. And you won't get the points today, But over training for weeks, years, months, they will become part of you. From here, punch slow this time. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, shich, punch, Q, Ju, up, Ju, UK punch, Ju, 1, 2, 3. Good, and up. Again, 1, 2, drop, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up, UK, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That feeling. One more time. I practice this drill a lot at home. I've added the UK in for a purpose, so I keep messing up in my own brain. I have a very small brain. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is our drill for today. And the idea was about shifting body weight, but it was also about grounding stance, pushing down, keeping that solidness. And if you notice, all we've done through this entire class is the kata jion. This particular drill is designed as a way to become better at the kata jion. It has all the major principles of the feeling of the kata tied within it. It brings it down, it brings it together. This is the idea. So if you're nice and fat like me, enjoy jion. This is a great set of drills. Again, your karate only gets better by paying attention to your karate. So, practice well, my friends. Keep safe, keep healthy. Okay, really important in these times. Such a strange time for the entire planet. But in some ways, thanks to the work of Martin Sensei, it's bringing the entire karate world together, irrespective of organizational borders. And this is so incredibly critical. I love training with you all, and I can't wait to train with you again. Thank you very much. Hey, tsudachi. Us. Hey! Us. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, day, morning. And I'll see you again soon. Take care.